Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Bill Cosby's sex assault conviction overturned by a court. Pennsylvania's highest court overturned Bill Cosby's sex assault conviction Wednesday after finding an agreement with a previous prosecutor preventing him from being charged in the case. Cosby has served more than 2 years of the 3 to 10 year sentence at a state prison near Pennsylvania. He had vowed to serve all 10 years rather than acknowledge any remorse over the 2004 encounter with accuser Andrea Constant. The 83-year-old Cosby, who was once beloved as America's dad, was convicted of drugging and molesting the Temple University employee at his suburban estate. He was charged in late 2015 when a prosecutor armed with newly unsealed evidence, Cosby's damaging deposition from her lawsuit, arrested him days before the 12-year statute of limitations expired. The trial judge had allowed just one other accuser to testify at Cosby's final trial when the jury deadlocked. However, he then allowed 5 other accusers to testify at the retrial about their experiences with Cosby in the 1980s. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court said that the testimony tainted the trial, even though a lower appeals court had found it appropriate to show a signature pattern of drugging and molesting women. Cosby was the first celebrity tried and convicted in the #MeToo era, so the reversal could make prosecutions weary of calling other accusers in similar cases. The law on prior bad testimony varies by state, though, and the ruling only holds sway in Pennsylvania. Prosecutors did not immediately say if they would appeal or try to call Cosby for a third trial. The justice's voice concerned not just about sex assault cases, but what they saw as the judiciary's increasing tendency to allow testimony that crosses the line into character attacks. The law allows the testimony only in limited cases, including to show a crime pattern so specific it serves to identify the perpetrator. In New York, the judge presiding over last year's trial of movie mogul Harvey Weinstein, whose case had sparked the explosion of the #MeToo movement in 2017, let 4 other accusers testify. Harvey was convicted and sentenced to 23 years in prison. He is now facing separate charges in California. In Cosby's case, one of his appellate lawyers said prosecutors put on vague evidence about the uncharged conduct, including Cosby's own recollection of this deposition about giving women alcohol or before having sexual encounters. The presumption of innocence just didn't exist for him, Jennifer Bonjean, the lawyer, argued at the court in December. In May, Cosby was denied parole after refusing to participate in sex offenders program during his nearly 3 years in state prison. He has long said he would resist the treatment program and refuse to acknowledge wrongdoing, even if it means serving the full 10-year sentence. This is the first year he was eligible for parole under the 3 to 10-year sentence handed down after his 2018 conviction. Cosby's spokesperson, Andrew Watt, called the parole board decision appalling. Prosecutors said Cosby repeatedly used his fame and family name persona to manipulate young women, holding himself out of a mentor before betraying them. Cosby, a groundbreaking black actor who grew up in the public house in Philadelphia, made a fortune estimated at $400 million during his 50 years in the entertainment industry. His trademark clean comedy and homespun wisdom flew with popular TV shows, books, and stand-up acts. He fell from favor in his latter years as he lectured the black community about family values, but was attempting to come back when he was arrested. There was a built-in level of trust because of his status in the entertainment industry and because he held himself out as a public moralist. Assistant District Attorney Adrian Jappe of suburban Montgomery County argued to the justices. Cosby had invited Constant to an estate he owns in Pennsylvania the night she said she was drugged and sexually assaulted. Constant, a former professional basketball player who worked at his alma mater, went to police a year later. The other accusers knew Cosby through the entertainment industry and did not go to the police. The AP does not typically identify sexual assault victims without their permission, which Constant has granted. Machete-armed man disarmed gunman in Portland. A Portland resident handed a gun over to the police after reportedly disarming 2 gunmen who attacked him on Tuesday, June 29. Reports are that the man and his relative had entered their yard about 8:40 p.m. when they were attacked by the gunmen. A tussle reportedly ensued between the man and one of the gunmen who was armed with the firearm. The police said the complainant used a machete to chop one of the gunmen before the hoodlums made a hasty escape, leaving the firearm behind. The police were alerted and the illegal firearm, 38 Titan Tiger revolver with 438 rounds of ammunition, was handed over to them. Both the complainant and his relative escaped unhurt. Woman hospitalized after reportedly being abducted. A woman has been hospitalized amid reports that she was abducted and left for dead in the parish of St. Anne on Tuesday. We are confirming that we have a report like that, and we are confirming that the person is in the hospital, Superintendent of Police for St. Anne Dwight Powell reported. But he declined to give details, noting that he is still gathering pertinent information. According to reporters, the woman who buys and sells goods in the parish was allegedly abducted, beaten, and dosed with a flammable substance. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.